All right, heroes, today we're gonna learn push with the arms and hinging with the hips, also called often the deadlift, or deadlift is a version of it. Your core idea is gonna be the same. It's that same bracing. I'm gonna show you another way to work the core. We're using bands, but we'll get to that later. Let's focus again, starting with the upper body, pushing. Your arms are gonna follow the exact same path as a row. So our shoulder's gonna be down, our core is gonna be turned on. We're gonna draw those elbows into our wrist, and then they're gonna float up to shoulder height. Small difference. So typically on rows, we're gonna keep our arms kind of narrow and they're gonna come right into along the body. For most people, for pressing like push-ups, we wanna think arms out at a 45-degree. Not up here like you were probably taught in PE class. This puts a lot of work on the shoulder joints. For most people, it's just like bones doing the work, not muscles. In here is harder. You know, you can even do like these things, but that's going to put it more on the triceps and arms. We want to get the chest and back especially involved. Most people think, oh, I'm rowing, I'm working the back, I'm pushing, I'm using the chest. Yes/no. You want to think about these lats, these big meaty powerhouses, to also be involved with those presses. They're in there too, and they're going to keep your shoulders stable so you don't overarch, but you're nice and solid. So let's just do that standing up, that motion. So again, I'll stay here, 45-degree angle, not too tight, not too high, nice mid-ground. You're going to inhale, core's braced, shoulders down, exhale, press straight, and draw it back in. Same here. Notice the arch passion. I don't go straight out. I go forwards and up, down and back. Forwards and up, down and back. Keep that going. One more. Forwards and up, down and back. Now let's go over the three different difficulties. For our explorer heroes, you're going to be seated. A couple ways you can do this. You can set yourself up close to something and lean. Your arms might have to do certain different things to modify, but the idea is you're going to lean in with your weight and push up with your arms. You could also, maybe you're laying down on a bed, you're just going to use your arm weight and press that up, or have very light weights in your hands and do the same motion. Whatever feels best for you. The laying down version, if that's comfortable, is probably a great place for our explorer heroes to start. Same motion, you're still fighting gravity, but it's a little bit more accessible and you have the bench there or the bed there to help you. For our adventure heroes, we're gonna find that stable surface and we're gonna do a push-up, but on just a higher surface. Again, this may be hip height, it may be chest height like a wall, or it could be down low like a chair or bench. Whatever feels best for you. Big thing here, core is gonna stay tight. Shoulders gonna be rolled on our back. We're going to lean forward and press up with our arms. Notice the big faults that we start to see with these is this. Once you start to get tired, or if you're doing too hard of a version, too low to the ground, you're gonna notice your back starts to arch and you start to go shoulders and then the hips. You do this weird wave push-up. We don't wanna do that. Your hips and shoulders must be in a line. If they don't go together, you're playing on too hard a difficulty level. Just back off. It's important to get the form good, to not hurt yourself, because this, you're like, oh, my back hurts. Well, duh, you're not protecting it. So tuck that pelvis, core's nice and solid, shoulders down the back, lats are fired up. I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna press out. For our heroic, you're gonna go to the floor. There's kind of like two levels here. So we have regular standard push-ups. We're gonna go to the floor, same thing. I'm gonna lean, come forward, and then press up. From there, if that is not difficult enough, or maybe you're a strength character, then you're gonna wanna go to more like a benched dumbbell press. So I'm gonna do this one-sided, which is actually farther down the road, but just so you can see the motion, I'm gonna have the weight up, I'm gonna set up on my bench, make sure you actually have something that holds your head, same 45-degree angle, and then I'm gonna press straight up and come down. That is gonna, of course, require some extra weight, but if you are really working on getting strong and we're trying to build that strength skill, that's gonna be the next step up after push-ups. Otherwise, you can throw a weight vest on and try to just make yourself heavier for those push-ups.